Whew. I told you guys to wish your boy good luck last night because I was in attendance for the Lakers and OKC game last night. And I was really, really surprised that I sat through 48 minutes of that type of basketball game. Now, there's some positives, maybe just a little bit of positives, because they battled in that first quarter. They battled in that second quarter. And then the second half came, and then it just went back to what we witnessed last week when the Lakers took on Oklahoma City in OKC. And I just keep on going back to it. There is a reason why the Oklahoma City Thunder are the best team in the NBA, because I look at their second unit and I see Isaiah Joe come in there. I see other guys, rotational guys from their bench come in there, and there is no drop-off, which leads to the frustration of JJ Redick, his post-game comments. I'm sure you guys have seen his interaction with Jared Vanderbilt. Now we got concerns with Jared Vanderbilt, knowing that he has been that team guy, knowing that he's been in there for Luka Doncic, and when he comes in there and he's bickering at the refs, knowing that he has been the ultimate team player when he has had a lot of DMPs this season. So we got that stuff. JJ Redick's got some stuff on Deondre Ayton that he had to express post-game. And then Rui Hachimura, well, we thought that, let's see what he can do with LeBron, Marcus Smart, Luka, AR out. And then I got some fun stuff with you guys on the second half of the episode. Can't wait to show you guys what we have in store for that. And then, of course, we got even more news. Anthony Davis elaborates more on his situation on the trade with him and Luka Doncic. But let's slow down. Let's talk about Pechanga Resort Casino, the beautiful Pechanga Resort Casino. And you can play a perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, the official Native American resort and casino, the Los Angeles Lakers. Skip the traffic. Head on over to Pechanga Resort Casino just off the I-15 in Temecula. Visit pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for reservations and for more information. Damn, man. I just keep on going back to it. The fact that we are here and the Lakers season turned around that quickly, it is to the point now the Lakers are now in the 5th seed. And we're keeping our eyes closely on that Houston Rockets and Phoenix Suns game, because with the matchup and with the standings and stuff, of course, if the Rockets were to lose that game last night against the Phoenix Suns, the Lakers would remain in the 4th seed. But worst time to have all these injuries. Worst time to try to figure out another rotation, because the Houston Rockets are playing better basketball since what we witnessed the Lakers playing against the Houston Rockets. The Denver Nuggets are playing better basketball. All these teams are starting to peak at the right time, and the Lakers are starting to go downhill real quick. Game started off really, really good. I see you guys already in the YouTube chat. Drew Timme scored 10 points early on in that game. The highlight of the game, and I hate to say it like this, but the highlight of the game was the interaction with JJ Redick and Jared Vanderbilt, because Jared Vanderbilt, and I believe in that span of all that happening, is that late in that quarter, the first quarter, Jared Vanderbilt, and they had a good defensive possession. They stole the ball, running the lanes. Jared Vanderbilt still ended up with the ball in his hands. And then he ended up getting fouled by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at the 3-point line. Jared Vanderbilt misses all 3 free throws, okay? And then you start to see some stuff gravitate. Immediately go to social media, because I like to get some checkups and see what's going on throughout the NBA Twitter. And then there's some videos with Jared Vanderbilt in the huddle leading up to it, as far as, okay, what is going on? What is the message? And we're trying to get an understanding. We're trying to figure that out. And you can see the frustration with Vanderbilt and JJ Redick, and the exchange that led in towards that, with Vanderbilt going into the huddle, because after a timeout, the Lakers coaching staff, they huddle up. JJ Redick, Nate McMillan, Scott Brooks, Greg St. Jean, they're all huddling up. Vanderbilt likes to come Vanderbilt comes in there, and he has some words for JJ Redick. Of course, we don't know what words were exchanged in that little huddle. And then JJ Redick proceeds to walk away, one ear out the other, is what it seems like through the video. So as more stuff starts to come along, what happens? Jared Vanderbilt still having a disagreement with JJ Redick, and he's still trying to get clarification and answers, and whatever the frustration is. And it sucks because at this time, at a time where all the injuries are happening, at a time where JJ Redick is trying to put out the best product on the basketball court, knowing that LeBron James is out, knowing that Marcus Smart is out, and you're without Luka and Austin Reeves, and this is what we're ending up with. And I'm not trying to make this a big deal, but it's something because it's really, really concerning because Jared Vanderbilt has been that team guy for Lakers. He has been the ultimate guy as far as keeping his head up, understanding what's going on, buying into his role, understanding that those DMPs, there might be a moment where the Lakers could utilize Jared Vanderbilt on the defensive end of the basketball court. But it seems to me that that's not going to be the case anymore. After that exchange, Jared Vanderbilt did not see. He did not go on the court. JJ Redick didn't even think twice about bringing him on the basketball court. And that sucks to see because in a game where we can see what Jared Vanderbilt could bring, hopefully, knowing that they're going to be out without two of their main guys, now JJ Redick goes into, I can't trust you. And then more post-game stuff comes on. And as it brews up, and JJ Redick goes in there, they're asking him on Rui Hachimura, he wasn't doing his job, so I took him out. And you see early on, JJ Redick calls a timeout, and this is from my own eyes. JJ Redick called a timeout because Rui Hachimura, he blew a defensive assignment. Immediately, timeout, sits him down. He wasn't doing his job. Rui, at this point, you've been around this Lakers team. You've been around JJ Redick, and you still struggle to understand spots. You still struggle in the defensive setting, and you still struggle to be in the right offense. I'm literally seeing JJ Redick yelling at Rui Hachimura, Rui, get to your damn spot in the offensive side. And he's still trying to figure out. And that's a problem when you're not in the right spots offensively. And then it's even worse when you're not in the right spots defensively. So JJ Redick having to pull you out, and you're the main guy out of that core group that was out there, and he can't trust you. I took him out immediately. That's a problem. And then you try to get in with Deondre Ayton. And we praised Deondre Ayton, especially in that month of March. Played really good basketball. He looked himself in the mirror, said that he's not that guy. He understands and he has to embrace that Clint Capella role because that's what the Lakers ideally need alongside Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, correct? We're getting to the point, once again, that we're like, okay, come on, Deondre Ayton. There's no way you should be out-rebounded by Luke Kennard. It's not possible. There's no way that I see Bronny James come in there and he has 2 more rebounds than you. That shouldn't happen. You're DeAndre Ayton. You are the big man. This is what the Lakers acquired you for. And he struggled against Chet Holmgren. He struggled against Isaiah Hartenstein. And ideally, when you go through the rest of, as far as the teams in the Western Conference, the Lakers are trying to find that right big man to match up with Wemby, to match up with Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein, to match up with, if you want to say, Alperen Şengün, which I think the Lakers have had success against. But now JJ Redick elaborates more on the post-game stuff and saying that, DeAndre Ayton, because he struggles catching the rock. He doesn't have soft hands. LeBron James we saw the Mavericks game, LeBron James does a nice dish pass. After he draws 2, fumble, ball goes out, turnover. This game, they're trying to get the lob situation for Ayton. Ball goes through his hands. And that's a consistent problem that we have been seeing. And JJ Redick literally saying, as you see right here, shout out to NBA Centel, man. DeAndre Ayton reportedly asked his teammates to place the basketball directly into his palms during live play, which is probably going to get to the point where they're going to need to do so because JJ Redick literally put it out literally simple as this. He can't catch the ball. He's just struggling to catch the ball. And I don't know if it's because if it's offense, he's not rolling to the right spot. He's just not catching the ball. You can't catch the basketball? But that just goes to show you. JJ Redick's trying to put all these guys out because he is saying, well, I need to find guys who I can trust right now, knowing that we're probably going to be without Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. And all this is going to circle back to what? The possibility, the real possibility that JJ Redick cannot trust anyone on that bench. And that has been the problem over and over and over again when it comes to the Lakers and their lack of depth on their rotation. And it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. And you see the frustration. You see him trying to get some sort of answers. Can't get it, man. Deondre Ayton, it's not working out. Jared Vanderbilt arguing with your own coach. And no disrespect, but Jared Vanderbilt, you need to be able to understand that you had a lot of DMPs following up to this game. And then whether that's because of style, whether that's because of fit, whether that's because of the game plan, whatever the case is, you were not seeing the basketball court. And there's a lot of frustration that's built up. I'm pretty sure that a lot of these players are frustrated, understanding Luka Doncic is out, understanding that Austin Reeves is out. But everything that JJ Redick is saying, as far as we're going to try to expand our season, I need to try to find 9 guys that I can play. Sorry, but Drew Timme, a lineup with Drew Timme, Kobe Buffkin, Nick Smith Jr., Chris Magnon, Bronny James is not going to work out. And you try to get answers with Rui Hachimura, and you still having to take him out, knowing that you can't rely on anyone else on this bench, that is a concern. Deondre Ayton, you're coming out post-game. He doesn't have no hands. He can't catch the rock right now, whether that's through the offense, whether it's in not going to the right spots or not being into the right spots, that is a problem. And then we got the exchange with Jared Vanderbilt. Just things are not going the right way at the worst time of the season after we gave all the praise to the Lakers and after we gave all the praise as far as how they have been playing. And it just quickly went through the window. And you guys are already going off in the YouTube chat saying get ready to learn Chinese, DeAndre Ayton. And Brian's saying, I said this after game 1 versus Golden State, DeAndre Ayton has better fingers. And then here, I mean, it's just crazy. Jake LaRavia throwing strays. Like, you guys in YouTube chat, and we all are seeing this. There is just no one to trust. Honestly, besides Luke Kennard right now. Besides Luke Kennard, as far as rotational guy. Luke Kennard has been consistent. Luke Kennard has been calm. He is getting to his spots. He's actually rebounded really well. But all of this stuff is coming out right now. And it's at the worst time of the season. But enough of the game. I don't want to be down that game. Just want to give you guys my thoughts, especially me being there in attendance. But I want to elaborate on this Anthony Davis stuff just a little bit and get your guys' thoughts on this. And plus, your boy had a chance to meet one of the Lakers greats. And then I got a very, very funny clip to show you guys on the second half of the episode. But before we do any of that, let's hear from our friends at Pechanga Resort Casino.
At Pechanga Resort Casino, you can rock and roll, sip and slide, twist and shout. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, official Indian gaming sponsor of the Lakers.
Whew. Tough game last night. Tough watching that Lakers team last night. And it's kind of getting to the point where, man, it's very, very, it sucks. It sucks because we had hopes of seeing a great first round series for the Lakers, getting that home court advantage, and they already slipped into the 5th seed. And they could potentially be on the road for their first 2 games in the first round of the playoffs. See if they can beat Golden State, see if they can beat the Phoenix Suns, and hopefully they can end their season on a high note by beating the Utah Jazz. But enough with that. To touch on a little bit of this, Anthony Davis, who we had some ups and downs with because he couldn't stay healthy on the basketball court. But played 6 years with the Lakers, won a championship with the Lakers. He has some stuff to talk about for what happened during that whole trade process with him and Luka Doncic. And he was saying as far as being traded and him getting that call and getting that text with Rob Pelinka. And he pretty much elaborated more onto it and saying that Rob Pelinka tried contacting him and he did not answer because he didn't see his phone or whatever the case was. And then Rob Pelinka texting him, "Hey, AD, I need you to get back to me as soon as possible." And they said Rich Paul said that he reached out to him and tried calling him. Anthony Davis said he didn't receive his phone call. And long story short, he answered, talked to Rob Pelinka. He said that the Lakers and what they envision, they're trying to get younger, and that they're trying to get a rebuild because they understand that LeBron James is not going to be here that much longer. And so he's like, okay. And he literally said that, he got traded. And then he said, got traded for who? Ain't nobody else you're going to trade me for but Luka Doncic. And there's no way that happened. And then, no, he said he received a phone call from Joel Embiid. He said he received a phone call through numerous players around the league. And that he's like, the first thing he went to was Shams Charania's account to see if it's valid. And he said he didn't see the post up yet. And then sure enough, he got the clarification that he was traded for Luka Doncic. And it's crazy that how everything has worked out. Lakers got Luka Doncic, and it's obviously working out for the better. Anthony Davis now going from Dallas and already on another team with the Washington Wizards. To this day, you can still say the Lakers won that trade. And it sucks because seeing what could happen with Anthony Davis, it's another thing like, man, what could have been? And then he also elaborated more on the bubble championship and him saying that there's sometimes he feels like that it felt like he didn't really win that championship. And your guys' thoughts on this. And we always talk about this. It's like that bubble team, they were the best team in the NBA. And you can even follow up the following season. They were still one of the best teams in the NBA. That Lakers team was really, really good from starting lineup to the rotational guys. And to this day, I always tell myself, if they were to have a parade, how much more would that championship mean even more? I understand the whole pandemic. I understand everything that went down. But I truly, truly believe that if the Lakers were to have a parade and all those things weren't to go down, this conversation of putting the asterisk around that title and all that stuff, it will go out the window. But hearing Anthony Davis say that and saying that sometimes doesn't really feel that he woke up, he is a champion because of how he feels about it and how it was celebrated. But also he elaborated more by saying that that championship was one of the hardest ones to try to win. Just your guys' quick thoughts on that and how Anthony Davis is and how you guys feel as far as his comments and being traded. We should just be excited and happy for the foreseeable future with Luka Doncic. And hopefully the Lakers can build the right team around him. And again, I'm switching through a lot of subjects just because we're kind of racing this time. We got a little bit of time left remaining on Lakers talk lately. But just wanted to throw that out there because I felt like that was something worth talking about and very, very interesting from Anthony Davis' perspective of being traded, because he was like, man, ain't no way that I got traded for Luka Doncic and getting confirmation with that. But there's something that happened last night, and this is some positives. And my first time ever, I got to meet a Laker great by the name of Pau Gasol. And this is how it happened. I went down. I stayed after the game, walked around the arena, and the security guards are trying to kick fans out of there, trying to get them out of there. And Pau Gasol was legit courtside after the game, and I was surprised that he was waiting so long. And he actually was waving to the people, waving to security around Crypto.com arena, and was telling them, hey, let them stick around. I'm gonna make my way over there. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go talk to them. And he actually stood there and signed every single hat, every single jersey. He took pictures with majority of the people in there. I kid you not, he was probably there for 10 to 15 minutes. And he stood there and interacted with every single person there. Now I had the chance walking in the tunnel. He was walking in the tunnel as well. And I said, hey, pal, you really, really respect what you've done for the city of LA, and LA really, really loves you, and we embrace you every single time we see, every time we see your name, every time we see your jersey. The city of LA really, really loves you. And he's laughed. He's like, thank you. I also told him, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I knew you were tall, but you are a lot taller in person. And he laughed, and really, really cool exchange that I had with Pau Gasol. It was real brief. I'm not gonna say I had this full-on conversation with them, but this is a story that I'm very, very happy about, and something that I can tell for a lifetime. That I got to meet one of the Lakers greats and one of the main guys that was alongside Kobe Bryant. And my growing up with seeing Pau Gasol and seeing them winning those back-to-back titles with him, it was really, really cool to see. And I had a little moment. I was a little bit of starstruck, like, damn, this dude is humongous. But I'm not the only one that had a story. Our guy, Carlo, who's running this operation, he has a story as well in regards to his run-in with Pau Gasol. Carlo, are you able to hop on real quick and tell the people your story with Pau Gasol? Because I feel like it's a very, very good one.
I got you, Deondre. Like you said, I'm always fortunate. We are very blessed with what we see when we're around the Lakers. And I can easily say Pau Gasol is one of the nicest human beings. Forget basketball players. One of the nicest human beings ever to grace this earth. And you could see even in the chat, in the YouTube chat, fans like Rachel, we all appreciate Pau Gasol even after all these years.
Mm-hmm.
To us, he's also the hermano para siempre. He's a uncle forever. He's a brother forever of Kobe and the family. But yeah, in terms of personal encounters with the great Pau Gasol, I was lucky enough for ESPN LA way back in the 2011, 2012 days to talk to Pau around his book that he was releasing, Para Vida.
Okay.
And I was able to, here's a little young Carlo chatting with Pau.
Oh my God. That is cool, man. Oh my goodness. You guys gotta look at this on the YouTube. That is awesome.
Pal looking at me like, what is this kid doing? But I'll say one of the favorite encounters in that interview, that exclusive interview that I had with Pau, was him sharing that he spent the summer as an intern doing brain surgery at UCLA. And he had said that he wanted to be a brain surgeon growing up. And he just happened to be good at basketball. So he went into basketball, obviously. But he is somebody who wanted to have a career as a brain surgeon. Can you imagine counting down, being under anesthesia, and you're about to go under brain surgery, and you say, like, one of the last faces that you see is Pau Gasol? People will really think you're hallucinating.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. Oh, man. But yeah, we wanted to share you guys a story because we understand how much Pau Gasol means to the Lakers franchise and the city of LA. And it was really, really cool to see him legit sign every single hat, jersey, taking a picture, interacting, speaking Spanish. It was really, really cool to see. And I'm very, very happy to have the opportunity. And again, I'm not going to say I had this full-on conversation. Yo, Pau, what's up? No, it was really, really cool just to have a quick, brief interaction with them. Now, to get into some more fun stuff, to finish off Lakers Talk Daily today, and thank you guys once again to tuning into Lakers Talk Daily. I saw something on social media. And of course, I love NBA Twitter. NBA Twitter is very, very funny. And the Golden State Warriors played against Sacramento Kings, right? And I saw something. I'm like, wait a minute. There's no way this can possibly be true. So there's a couple. And they were wearing matching Keegan Murray and Steph Curry split jerseys. Let me tell you that one more time. This couple right here were wearing matching Keegan Murray and Stephen Curry split jerseys. And I just sat there and I'm like, there's no way this is a real thing. The fact that they're splitting a Keegan Murray and Stephen Curry jersey. And I was trying to understand why those two that you're splitting. Not saying like Stephen Curry, Hall of Famer. Keegan Murray on his way to be an All-Star. And I get a lot of, not to say a lot of hate, But I get a lot of criticism for wearing different types of hats and me, being from California, all this different type of stuff. But I just love the hats. I like logos, I like colorways. I'm all about having the right fit. Now this, if you guys don't go in there, and if you guys are sitting there and seeing this, that is, I'm sorry, this is mind-blowing. The fact that they are wearing this outfit. There is no way in hell you would ever catch me doing a split jersey like this. Whether that's cool, whether that's not, I'm sorry. That is ridiculous. And I got some hate, some criticism for wearing a Dodgers hat, and it was brown because you guys are saying, oh, it's Padres colors. I get it. But look, man, at the end of the day, I love the Dodgers, but I don't really have a true baseball team. And again, it's just all for colors. I like to have matching fits. And I always explain that on the DeMarco and Travis afternoon show. But this right here, oh my goodness.
Let's break this down. Imagine if you saw a fan wearing a split Lakers and Clippers jersey. Isn't that the equivalent?
Yes, it is the equivalent. It literally is the equivalent. Because, first off, the Golden State and Sacramento, I mean, the NBA is not one of those that are like real big on division. But still, like, the Golden State Warriors and Kings, there's some real, there's some real rivalry there, especially when the Light the Beam Kings with De'Aaron Fox and how they gave the run, and how the Warriors, as far as, that's when the last year, and that last team of Klay Thompson and Draymond Green and stuff on Curry, that was before Klay Thompson got traded away after that season. But there's some real rivalry there. There is no way in hell I should see anybody rocking a split jersey between the Lakers and the Clippers. There's
between these two, Deondre, whose idea do you think it was?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like it's for sure the man. For
really?
Sure. Yes.
I think it's the girl. I think it's the girl because
she's rocking that with pride.
B-Kush mentions her tats. Like I think she's a man of this relationship, frankly. the way she's walking. Look, like he's got a shirt under his jersey. She's rocking some guns, and she's showing off her tats. I think she personally ripped up the two jerseys, split them out perfectly, and stitched them together. Mind you, like, again, going back to the Keegan Murray discussion, why Murray and why Curry? I think only because the letters would match in the back. Do you see the back of the guy's jersey? It actually says like Murry.
I see. Yeah. But look at the Golden States, the golden, like, the GOL is a lot higher than the GS, and then you see the jersey number. It's just not working.
And it could have been any other Warriors jersey.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
One that says Golden State in the front and then Kings in the front, it just
does not go hand in hand.
NorCal all over it.
It sure does, man. And I'm already getting some heat right here to end off Lakers talk. David, I was gonna hope that you had a good time at your, being at the Lakers game last night, because you said that you haven't been in the Lakers game since 2001, and you're already coming at me for being an Eagles fan. Come on, man. Why are you doing that? At least I'm not wearing split jerseys. Come on, David. But man, she for sure though, she is swole, man. She got a little more guns than me, by the way. But to end off this Lakers Talk Daily, unfortunately, Lakers lost last night to the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the season is going down in a way where it was very unexpected. And hopefully the Lakers can seem to find a way to, if that's their process and that's their plan, to expand the season, to bring back Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. But the way we saw that rotational group out there, it's not looking very likely. But for myself, and my guy Carlo running this operation, very, very grateful for him and giving his story about Pau Gasol. And then you guys in the YouTube chat, thank you so much for always tuning in and being very, very interactive in that YouTube chat. I will be talking to you guys tomorrow. Lakers got the Golden State Warriors. See what they can do. But as always, your boy is out.